What's a game without something to collect? In this no bullshit video, we'll create a simple collectible system using C#, learn how to detect collisions, update the score, and make objects disappear. Quick and easy. Let's go! So in the scripts folder that we made last video, we'll right click, create another C# script, call this collectible, let it compile it up. Once that's open, we'll delete all this junk in the middle. And for this one, it's going to be real simple. We'll just type in void on trigger enter, parentheses, up curly braces, and then we'll do if other dot pair tag, and we'll compare this tag with player since that's already created in Unity when you first start the project. Do open curly braces again, and then we'll set this up for another script we're also going to make in a little bit. So we'll do game manager dot instance, and then we'll do dot increase score. Then we'll do parentheses in the line. Then we'll destroy, open parentheses, and we'll do game object. And that's pretty much it for this script. So right here, oh wait, on trigger enter, we're missing something. So we'll do collider, then we'll do other. Right? And this is still going to throw an error until we create that script. That's not a big deal. But basically, this on trigger enter is a function that comes with Unity. So it'll detect when another object enters its trigger zone. So the collider right here, we'll just call it other. And then we'll take that object that collides with it and we'll compare its tag. We'll make sure it's a player that collides with it. So if it's not like an AI or just a box or something else that collides with it, if it's not a player, it won't actually increase the score. And right here in Game Manager, we'll just increase the score. That's more so for UI. And destroy, this will actually destroy the game object that's in the scene that you hit. So the game object right here is the game object that's attached to the script right here, or that the script is attached to rather, and it'll get rid of it out of the scene and delete it. Go ahead and save this script, minimize Visual Studio. Under scripts, we'll create another script. This one we'll call Game Manager. Once this is opened up, fluff out of here, and we'll establish some more variables. So we'll do public static Game Manager, and we'll call this instance the block. And we'll do public, call this an int score, and we'll initialize this at 0 so they don't have any points when the game starts. And you can also do public text mesh pro GUI, and then we'll call that score text. Next, put in an awake function, so we'll do void wake parentheses open braces, and this one we'll do an if statement, so we'll do if do instance equals null, so that's if it equals null, set the instance equal this. So this will set this as the instance if one doesn't already exist. But if one already exists, we'll do else, and we'll type destroy to game object and a block. So awake will call before the start function. So in awake, check if an instance is null. So that'll be the instance will be this game manager script. If that's null, the instance will be set as this game manager here. But if one already exists, it'll destroy this one. So there's only ever able to be one that exists in your scene at once. A little complicated for the scope of this video, but just know there can only be one of these in the scene. That's just to prevent multiple scores being tracked at this time. And up here for our variables, we have game manager instance. That'll be for this instance up here. Then we have a public int of score. This doesn't have to be public, but it's just so we can see it in the inspector. We initialized it at 0. don't have any points when the game starts. And the Text Mesh Pro GUI, I'm not sure if we're going to implement this yet, but this is just so we can actually have a little UI put in there so we can actually see the score update as we collect some more points. But for now, I think we'll end up just looking at the inspector and watching the score point go up from there. And next, we'll actually implement a method that we call in other script. We'll do public void to increase score, parentheses, and braces. Then in here, we'll just do score plus plus. So this will increment the score by 1 plus whatever was already there. So if they already had 5 points, this would just add 1 to that, so they have 6. So it'll take the score that's already there. It's just so it doesn't overwrite it. So if you just did score plus 1, it would just be a longhand version of doing score plus plus is all it is. So now we can just save that into Unity. Once we're back in Unity in the scene, we'll right click create, we'll create an empty. We'll call this game manager. And we'll drag our game manager script on there. It's all done. That's nice, easy. Don't have to fill anything out just yet. Then we'll also create a 3D object. I think we'll just do a cube for now. We'll just drag that in the scene somewhere. And then we'll put our collectible script, drag that on there. So that's collectible now. But since we're detecting a tag, click the player. And on the tag, set that to player. That's already base. That comes with Unity. Should be nice and easy. Once we have that, save it. Also go back over to the cube that we set as our collectible. And on the box collider, set it to is trigger. That'll allow us to actually move through it and actually detect when the player hits it. That's set. We should be able to play. Now that we're in the play mode, we can click the game manager over here in the hierarchy and we can watch score. We did everything right. This should just switch to 1 as soon as we hit. Right there. Boom. Look at that. We have a score. Now to make sure everything's working correctly, we can take the cube that we have. We can just press Control D. That'll duplicate it. We can drag it over. We can do it a couple of times. Now if we go back into play, we should be able to hit all 4 of these and our score should end up as 4. If it doesn't, we screwed something up. So lower, we'll hit 1. We get 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. It works. Now that we have a nice, simple collectible system going, in the next video, we'll actually make this a little more dynamic and we'll set the camera to actually follow the player around just so you're not like 600 miles away and you're actually up in the action. You can control it. Hope I'll see you in the next video. We'll keep building this up.